And we're back. Gwop DVD Magazine, DJ Beast. We're in the financial district of Boston. Investing money is one of the best ways to build up your Gwop, but a lot of people feel intimidated by the whole notion of investing in the stock market. But don't worry. Gwop DVD Magazine hooked up with the stock analyst John Levitsky to bring you a new series all about the market. The first segment is all about the history of the stock market and understanding trading.
My name is John Levitsky. I live here in Providence, Rhode Island. And a few years back, I passed my Series 7 stockbroker's exam. When I was a teenager, I worked on Wall Street, started out as a runner, worked my way up through all the different jobs that you could think of. So I'm qualified in understanding all of those things, and will try to explain them to you the quickest and best way I can. Trading started at what, if you look at the history of New York Stock Exchange, it's called the Buttonwood Exchange. And the Buttonwood is about a tree that was in Lower Manhattan that people used to gather around and trade stocks. Boatloads of products would come into Lower Manhattan, and people would come down to bid for them as they were bought off the boat. They did that exchange with money. Money is a piece of paper which is a kind of guarantee by the government for a certain amount of trade value. So what you would essentially do is you would buy that piece of paper and then sell it to somebody else, and eventually it broke down to all the people that needed it. All of this stuff derived from trade and exchanging one type of paper for another type of paper, and also creating kind of the basis of capitalism and free trade. The New York Stock Exchange to date, like yesterday, exchanged $1 trillion worth of stocks. That is gauged and represented by what most people know as the Dow. And the Dow is a composite of all these top stocks. So if I wanted to buy 100 shares of IBM, I would buy it through an exchange of paper on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange in an auction market, where two people go face to face and combat for the price. That works off the highest bidders and the lowest seller. Okay? So the highest price I'm willing to buy something, and the lowest price I'm willing to sell something. So when you see like CNN and the ticker tape is going by, the symbols are the stock symbol and then the last sale that happened, which they got rid of fractions, and now it's decimals, which I guess is important. I don't know. So the Dow Jones Industrial Average is a composite number of all the top stocks. You add them all up, you divide them by the number that you added them up, which is 30, and that gives you a number. That number is what they track to see what the top industrial companies are doing, whether they're all going up or whether they're all going down. All of this information on these publicly traded companies, which is all legal, okay, and backed. So when you buy 100 shares of stock, you actually own that percentage of the company, and you have a vote in who runs the company, and all of those things matter. Human beings are involved, and the price of things is really dependent on what that human being is willing to pay for it, and that's arbitrary. That can change moment to moment. Bulls and bears are, do I believe in this or do I don't believe in this? Fundamental rule that I learned was the whole thing is to make money every day. So whether you're selling short, which is being a bear, or buying, which is being a bull, you should be able to make money and predict which direction your particular company is going. You start with what you like and common sense for you. Sneakers you like, clothes you like, the car you drive. Look at those companies first. You take a look at all of this information, double check it, and then use your intuition, your common sense. Trade that paper. It's all how you trade that paper back and forth, and just treat it like the simple games that you learned all as kids, the simple trading games. That's all it is, one paper for another. Thank you very much for listening to me. My name is John Levitsky, Gwop DVD Magazine.